What's going on, guys? And today we're going to talk about nutrition and calories. Now, this is not scripted. This is just going to be me throwing out information off the top of my head. I'm just going to run through the entire thing. Well, not everything, but just some simple information for you guys to take away. So go get a pen and paper, write it down, save this video, subscribe if you want to watch it again. Just get it done, and this is information that is going to help you guys out. Now, we're going to start talking about literally diets. Why they work, how does it work, and what you need to do. Now, I know right now you're sitting down and you've probably seen hundreds of different types of diets. You've got mental ones, you've got Weight Watchers, you've got Slim and World, you've got like Keto, Special K. You've got so many random diets that's in front of you. But guys, there's just one thing that you need to take away from. Take away from this. Take away from all of it. Calories matter. And I cannot stress how much that means. Calories matter. That's the most important part of any diet. Regardless which one you're doing, you need to know your calories. For a quick example here. A lot of people, the most famous one, keto diet. Take out carbs. Carbs are the enemy. Why? Why are carbs the enemy? Now, don't get me wrong, there's people out there that shouldn't be having carbs because it just doesn't work for them at all, and protein to fat are a much better idea. But you don't know this until you've dieted. Now, back to the simple places of where people go, I'm doing the keto, I've dropped carbs because I want to lose weight. Oh, great, yeah, exciting, okay. And you're 2 or 3 weeks in, and you've been doing the keto diet, you've invested your money, you've invested your time into getting the right foods, you're prepping the right foods, you're making sure you're sticking to it, and you've gone 2 or 3 weeks in, and you've stopped losing weight. That is the biggest killer on diets ever. You've done it for a bit of time, and you've seen a bit of result, and on week 3 you've lost no weight, and you're sick of your life because you've had no carbs, and you stop doing it, and you have a massive binge, and you're back to where it was. Why did you stop losing weight? You took out carbs. Carbs are the enemy. Why did you stop losing weight? Why? It's quite simple, guys. Calories count. Say, for example, you're on a protein and fat diet, and your calorie on a daily basis for a maintenance level is 2,000 calories. Just throwing out a number there. You're on 2,000 calories. There's 2,000 calories. You're eating 2,500 calories from your proteins and your fats. How are you doing that? Because you've got your protein in there, so you've got your lean meat, so you've got your chicken, you've got your turkey, you've got your bacon in there in the morning, you've got your steaks, you've got your beef, and you're loving it, and you're having stupid amounts of avocado because people think it's amazing for fat, and you're getting nuts in there because nuts are great for fat and protein, and then you find out nuts are so good, so you get peanut butter because peanut butter tastes amazing, and you're putting that inside it, and you're eating all your eggs, and you're going for it. But you're having 2,000 calories is literally your maintenance weight, and you're having 2,500 calories of proteins and fats, and you're no longer losing weight. Look at the difference of that, because you're no longer putting yourself in a deficit. Now, I'm trying to stay away from that word to make it a little bit more easy to explain, but this is how it works. Calories in, calories out. That's simple, guys. Doesn't matter where you're getting it from right now. Let's forget about this, your proteins, fats, your carbs, what diet you're doing. Forget about all that for now. This is the amount of calories you're putting in. This is the amount of calories your body's putting out. That's what you need to know about. All about calories. Now, if you were to come up to me and you were to say, I'm not having any carbs and I've stopped losing weight and I've been doing this for the past 3 weeks, I'll say absolutely fantastic. Let's talk about the amount of calories you're eating. So let's talk about the amount of, and how do we work out calories? Quite simple. We'll find out how many grams of protein you're getting, how many grams of carbs you're getting, and how many grams of fat you're getting. And then we will calculate to find out what your calories are. So for example, protein and carbohydrates for every 1 gram is 4 calories. That's simple. Fat, for every 1 gram, it's 9 calories. That's 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. There's a lot of calories in fat. Now, fat by no means is the enemy. Carbs are not the enemy, and protein is certainly not the enemy. There is no food category out there that is going to make you fat. It's just not going to happen. It's all about how much you do on a daily basis, how much you're eating, and how much amount of deficit you're going to be in. Deficit is your amount of calories at a maintenance level. You're eating under it, therefore you're in a deficit. If you're over it, therefore you're in a surplus. So basically you're gaining weight in a surplus, you're losing weight in a deficit, and a maintenance is just staying about right. Just staying about right. To work out your actual accurate maintenance, you would have to track absolutely everything you ate, know exactly how much you weighed on a daily basis. Basically, it would be that complicated. There's no exact number. There's a rough number to what you are eating. Therefore, your weight is constantly just going to kind of do this. But what we're aiming to do here is drop body fat. This is that's all we're talking about here as well, body composition. I am not talking about diabetics and all that other stuff. God, no. I'm just literally talking about simple body composition. That's all it is. So, you need to know about your calories. How do you know your calories? How do you track your calories? Guys, there's so much technology out there that will help you do it. And the first one, the most popular one in the world, is MyFitnessPal. If you haven't downloaded it yet, do it right now. Literally, pull out your phone and download something called MyFitnessPal. Put this on pause while you do it. Unpause. Right. All you're going to do in there, because it'll work this out for you. Now, by no means is what MyFitnessPal says bang on accurate, but it's the guideline for you to start doing it. The last thing I want to do is sit here and tell you how to calculate your calories out, your protein, your fat, your carbs. That's the last thing I want to do, because it's just going to bore the lights out of you. Just go get MyFitnessPal. It'll ask you for your male, female, how old you are, and what your weight is currently, what your goal weight is. If you know your body fat percentage, it's going to work out how much calories you need to eat in order to be in a deficit. It's also going to ask you the most important question, your activity level. Because energy expenditure, which is point number 2, is the most important part of this. Now, going back to the keto diet, you're eating loads of protein and you're eating loads of fats, and you're in a massive surplus because of the amount of calories you're eating. So your maintenance level is 2,000 calories and you're eating 2,500 calories, and you're no longer losing weight. Now, I promise you, in the first 2 or 3 weeks, no matter what diet you start doing, if you start eating a lot of whole foods, you're going to end up losing a lot of weight, simply because your body's going to get rid of loads of water weight, and it's going to get rid of loads of crap. It's how the body works. After 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to start losing weight, and you're going to give up because you hate it. These are the changes that you're going to make to do it. But you can't make these changes unless we know what calories you are getting. So go get MyFitnessPal, put in all the information, and it's going to give you a number. And for now, let's use that number, because I promise you that number is going to change. But this is what happens when you start losing weight. You go on MyFitnessPal, you've done it all, and it gives you a calories, and you do them calories. Forget about the macros for now, how you achieve those calories. Forget about that, just make sure you don't go over those calories. Don't go under those calories as well, guys. Just because you're eating less than that calorie intake states, doesn't mean it's healthy and it's right for you to start losing weight. Hit those calories. It gives you a number, that's a goal. Hit them. That's all I want you to do, hit them. And you're going to do that for 1 to 2 weeks, and you're going to weigh yourself on a daily basis. Every morning, you're going to wake up, you're going to go to the toilet, and then you're going to have no water, no food, and you're going to weigh yourself, and you're going to write down that weight. And then over the week, you're going to find out how much weight you've lost. And you're aiming for 1 to 2 pounds, depending on how fast you want to lose weight. If you want to lose more weight more quicker, so for example, if you are currently carrying a lot of body fat, or say for example you're trying to get ready for a holiday, you can aim to do it quicker, like 3 or 4 pounds. But guys and girls, when you're doing that, you can sacrifice a lot of muscle mass when you're doing it. And let's face it, muscle does make the body look good, even if it's the teeniest amount of muscle you've got or a massive amount of muscle you've got. You want to try and keep it to as much as possible. The last thing you want to do is look like a skinny rake when you're going on your holiday, you're doing your photo shoot, you're having a party, whatever the reason is for, whatever's motivating you to get into good shape. So what we do is, you're going to track all that, and you're going to do it for 1 or 2 weeks, and you're going to be losing weight. And it's going to be working. And you're going to realise the amount of calories you're putting in your body and how you're achieving those calories, because you're going to track the food. And MyFitnessPal is brilliant for it, because you've got a barcode scanner on there, and you can just scan the food that you're doing, type in how much you've ate, and tells you exactly what calories and macros were in that, how many proteins, fats and carbs you've got. And you track everything. And I promise you, it's going to frustrate the life out of you for the first week or two, because there's nothing more annoying trying to track the food that you're eating and trying to remember what you've ate and put it in there. So every time you pick up a bit of food, get your MyFitnessPal app, scan the barcode, and let's track your calories. But you promise me you're going to hit those calories. And 2 weeks have gone by and you've lost a bit of weight, because MyFitnessPal has put you into a deficit of calories, and you've hit them calories and you've lost a bit of weight. 2 weeks go by and it's stopped working. You are no longer losing weight. And now you're frustrated because I've told you to do something and it's no longer working. Like every other diet, it's let you down. This is why. Now, when you've got a maintenance level, so when you go to MyFitnessPal and it finds out your maintenance level of calories and it puts you into a deficit of calories, so this is what it takes to maintain for you to live on a daily basis, and this is the deficit it puts you on to make sure you're losing weight. Over 2 weeks, you've lost weight, which means this maintenance level, because you've lost body fat, you've lost weight, your maintenance calories, in order to support that weight, has reduced to about the same level of your deficit. That's why you've stopped losing weight, because it's worked. The diet has worked. You've now gone from here to here, you've lost body fat, you've lost weight, and now your deficit is no longer a deficit. How do you move forward from there? It's really, really simple, guys. 2 options, and the best one for you to do, and there's plenty of studies to back it up, is to increase your energy expenditure. So calories in, calories out. What that means is you're going to put enough calories in your body to support your body and your body's mass for that day. If you start increasing your activity, your body's going to need more calories. But if your goal is to lose weight, therefore you're putting yourself into a further deficit. Do you understand? So what that means is, 2 weeks later, you're going to sit down, you're going to review it. This is exactly what an online coach would do. They're going to sit down and they're going to ask you questions of, what do you currently do for a living? How many days a week do you work? How many times do you go to the gym? Do you have a family? Do you have kids? Everything. Do you get the bus to work? Do you drive to work? Do you walk to work? Everything. And then we start making those changes. That's all we do. So we increase your activity. So if you're not going to the gym, get your ass to the gym. If you're already going to the gym, go to the gym more. If you're going to the gym literally five or 6 times a week, you start adding in cardio. You increase your activity as much as you can. Do you drive to work? Walk to work. If you can't get a dog, I'm sure your missus would love a dog, start walking the dog. If you're currently getting the bus to work, walk to work. If you can't walk to work or so far away, get a bike. If you can't do any of those things, it's time for you to start doing time management